Hello, and welcome to another Slate preview for Friday, November 21st. This is a bit of a later video, so it can be a little more in depth with ownership and injury reports. So yeah, let's get into it. This is my top lineup from yesterday. I was really high on Andre Drummond, and he got into massive foul trouble, which really capped the upside of my entire portfolio. And I also just didn't have enough Ryan Rollins because he was 30% owned, and I just didn't like that. I played a lot of the secondary Philly guards, like Grimes and Edgecombe. Thought it was a very good spot for them, but just didn't do much of anything. And massive chalk Jalen Suggs nuked it. And kind of thought Vince Williams was pretty overowned for 5.3k Vince Williams. He nuked it anyway. I mean, so did the pivot Keldon, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they both made optimal or something. And then I really like double center builds on the slate, and you basically need a triple point guard in Suggs, Maxi, Rollins, which I didn't have any of. So yeah, this is my top lineup. It had the nuts of Suggs, Maxi, but that's like the extent of it. I ate Chalk Aldama yesterday, despite fading Vince. 65%. I don't know, but I mean the signing projection is just so good. I just couldn't get there with Vince, but yeah. I wasn't really gonna win this slate based on the way I was constructing my lineups anyway. Because yeah, I had a ton of double center, and the winning lineup was yeah, guard, 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 and zero center. So yeah, that was pretty annoying, but that's fine. But let's get into today's. I think today's slate is pretty interesting. So, first game, Indy at Cleveland. Obviously, the concern here is, can Indy keep this game competitive? But if they can, like, Mather and Nemhard, Isaiah Jackson are just way underpriced. McConnell smashed it last game, but he still only played 14 minutes. And then Huff also smashed it, but he ran really hot, and Isaiah Jackson was in foul trouble. You could see Huff start at the 5 maybe, but I'm just not expecting it. I think Jackson just starts again, and they run a relatively normal rotation as long as Isaiah Jackson doesn't get into foul trouble. So I have interest in Mather and Nemhard Jackson for tournaments, and I'm done with Pascal. If he nukes it today, sure. I click him like every time. Good spot Utah, good spot Phoenix, good spot Toronto, good spot Charlotte. Just never does anything. So yeah, I'm done with Pascal. If he nukes it today, so be it. Cleveland side, I think it makes sense to run back some Cleveland if you're playing like Nemhard and Mather and Jackson, but also like the guys might be back for Cleveland, and they're priced in a way where you don't really need runbacks, even if you have some indie guys. But Garland upgraded to questionable makes me think he plays. Jarrett Allen. It's questionable. Don't think it was a late add. And then Jalen Tyson was available last game, didn't have to play. But he's questionable again, so I'm expecting Jalen Tyson to also be in. If Garland misses and you get Jalen Tyson starting, I mean, that's really good at 3.1k, especially on this slate, which doesn't have good value at all. And then even if everyone's in, then you probably get like Tyson first guy off the bench with like Lonzo. And I think Lonzo and Tyson would both be fine. Or they could just like DMP Tyson again is the concern. But not a lot of interest from me on Cleveland because of the blowout risk, but it's a good spot, so it definitely makes sense that if you're playing some indie guys, you run it back with Cleveland. Brooklyn at Boston. It's another game with a big spread, but these guys are so cheap. Like, you're gonna get Clowney playing solid minutes, Man playing solid minutes. I mean, I don't understand how Devin just ends up never playing. Like, he had just solid first half minutes, and then yeah, he just barely played in the second half for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Devin does have a ceiling, but they just like troll his minutes every game. So yeah, actually take that back. Like everyone's minutes just gets trolled on this team besides Michael Porter Jr. and to some degree Nick Claxton. Are these fouls? No. Yeah. If Nick Claxton's gonna be playing low 30s, I don't have interest at 6.7K. And then 8100 Michael Porter Jr. is fine, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Actually, I could pull up ownership on my phone. I mean, yeah, we're getting mid-teens ownership for Michael Porter Jr. 8.1K against Boston in a big spread. Like, I'm fine getting away from that. And then on Boston side, we're getting Pritchard, White, and Brown, or just Pritchard and White, over 10% ownership, and then Joe and Brown at around 5. So, I mean, I'm always just gonna favor Jalen Brown. I don't want to do Derek White at 7.5. Like, there's a ceiling, but eh. And then Pritchard's been good, but I'm not gonna buy it. Shooting well for 3 games. But, like, we know what the floor is. Like, he can have stretches where he just like can't make a shot. And if he's gonna be owned, then I don't really want to go there. And then, yeah, just Jalen Brown for me. Washington, Toronto. This is a very nuts game where you'll just have underpriced everyone in Washington, I feel like. So, we have Alex Sarr questionable. Yeah, so Washington's on a back-to-back, so you'll probably see Sarr play one of them. Hopefully it's today. And actually, see if there's Alex Sarr news. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably just wasting time right now. I don't want my video, but it's gonna be like super in depth. I don't see anything. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, Sar's 50-50, Bagley's doubtful. I mean, if you get both of these guys out, then like Tristan Vukcevic is just gonna start and he's gonna be a piss nuke. And you're probably gonna get Anthony Gill backing up the center, and he has power forward eligibility, so like if you were to get Sarr out, Bagley out, like you would probably just want a ton of Vucevic and Gill. And then, I mean, these guys are just underpriced. Like 6.1K for Keyshawn George, 5.8K CJ, 4.9K Bilal, 4.4K for Middleton playing high 20s. I think you should be interested in these, like, in these Wizards. Like, the Toronto side of this game is massive chalk, but I don't think the Wizards are super high on besides Keyshawn. Yeah. So, basically only Keyshawn's getting ownership on this team, besides the centers. So, like, I definitely have interest in CJ and Coulibaly, and maybe a bit of Middleton as well. And then, actually I want to check the context of Whitmore minutes, because they have been up. I just don't know if that can keep up. So he's getting this big second half shift, like, very often. And this is a 13 minutes. Wow, what is this? Chris Middleton foul trouble. Wow. That's a lot of Whitmore here. I mean, Washington might ride the hot hand with Cam Whitmore, and he's not getting any ownership, so I am interested in Cam Whitmore as a value for tournaments. So yeah, for Washington, it's Alex Sarr, Keyshawn George, CJ, Coulibaly, Middleton, and Whitmore. And then if Sarr misses, just slam Vucevic and Gill. They would project as the best values of the slate by far. And then on Toronto's side, so this is the side actually getting ownership. And we have massive chalk to all the starters. Ingram, Barnes, Barrett, Quickly, Pirtle. They're all over 10% owned. And we have 30% to Pirtle and 20% to Quickly and Barnes. I mean, it's a great spot into Washington, but the concern is always like the production is going to be very spread out in Washington. I mean, on Toronto. And can Washington even keep this game competitive? Right? So, like, obviously, to me, Jakob Poeltl looks the best, and ownership reflects that as well. He's just way underpriced. His price dropped for some reason. He's playing low 30s minutes in a great spot. He's like $1,000 or more too cheap. The thing is, like, the rest of these guys, I don't really see an issue with the price. Like, they're more so priced right. Like, yeah, you could see, like, Quickly, Barnes, Barrett, Ingram, like, a couple $100 too cheap, but, like, Pirtle's like $1,000 or more too cheap. So, like, Pirtle's the clear guy to me. And then these guys are more so fine. The ceiling is the highest on Scotty Barnes. So, I do have interest in Scotty, but the ownership is there as well. The thing with Washington's, like, they concede a lot of production to number ones. The thing is, like, Toronto's like 3 number ones. So, like, I guess the worst matchup is whoever Bilal is on. And that would be like Ingram Barrett. Probably not Barrett, probably Ingram. So I guess it's a little harder for Ingram, but I don't know. And I'm just never feel inclined to click RJ Barrett. But he does have the best positionality on this team because small forward is not great on the slate. And then I actually have interest in Muklashvili and Shed for tournaments. Like, Shed has underperformed. We actually saw him play 20 minutes in the last 2 games. And he just didn't do very much. But we know that Shed can, like, put up a score like 24 in these small amount of minutes. So, like, if we don't get the better Wizards value and Sarr plays, like, I like Shed for value. And then he's been playing a little bit alongside Quickly too, I think. Yeah, we see the shift with Quickly and Shed overlapping, so you don't lose upside there. Now this team is massive chalk, Miami, and I'm not so sure I agree with it. Like, we have a ton of ownership going to Jaime Jaquez, and then Fontecchio, Drew Smith, and Pele Larson. Like, I get it, value's bad, and it's a good matchup in Chicago, but it's Pele Larson, Drew Smith, and Simone Fontecchio. Like, this is very concerning to me. Although the minutes were good. This is a very weird game, though. We saw Drew Smith get massively extended over Davion Mitchell in the second half. Is this foul trouble? One. No, why didn't he close? Oh yeah, that's 4 fouls for Davion. So we saw Davion get into massive foul trouble and Drew Smith got extended. You just don't project Drew Smith for these minutes, like... Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this Drew Smith chalk. I think it's dumb. And then I'm more so okay with Fontecchio because the positionality... He's small forward, right? Yeah. Like, I'm more so fine with Fontecchio because the minutes aren't fluky and the positionality's there. He's gonna give you like 18 minutes a game. He's good point per minute. I'm still not a fan of the Fontecchio chalk, but like that one I get. And then Pele's also just fine. Like, he's gonna be owned. It's like whatever to me. Like, he's not gonna be a guy that breaks the slate usually. Like, the ceiling is this 30, like low 30s, and then like he'll usually give you like 20. It's not like a really big ceiling guy the way like some other guys can be, like a Sam Hauser that I didn't mention on Boston. Like, yeah, anyway, Chicago, we got Kobe White questionable. Is this a back-to-back for Chicago? Yeah, so Chicago's on the front of the back-to-back, and we got Kobe White and Trey Jones questionable. I think both of them sit because it is the front end of the back-to-back. And then Jones Smith is probable. Okay. So I think you could see Kobe White and Trey Jones sit and then play tomorrow. And if they do, like, I have a ton of interest in Josh Giddey. It's a great matchup. He's kind of not done that much lately, so I mean, yeah, that's not even true. He dropped 72 points like 5 days ago, but his last 2 games don't like pop off the page. But only 15% ownership against Miami. Like, I have a ton of interest in Josh Giddey at 9.5k, and then I like Buzalis. He'll play like low 30s, good point per minute. He continues to be unowned. Like, Buzalis has a ceiling, man. Like 46, 43, 40. I have interest in Buzalis for tournaments. If Kobe and Trey Jones sit, you'll get Kevin Huerter starting. I mean, I don't really like that price though, but you'll get a minus bump for Ayo Dosunmu off the bench. Even at 5k, if Dosunmu plays like 30 minutes, that's fine. And then if you want to play a Okoro, sure, but he's kind of like Pele. Like, the ceiling is just not high. Honestly, like, it's kind of interesting that Pele's massive chalk and Okoro on the other side is 0% owned at the same price. Like, yeah, Pele is a little bit better point per minute than Okoro, but like, it's Pele like 40 times the ownership of Okoro for some reason. I don't know. Don't really like either of them though. New Orleans, we saw Zion come back and play 29 minutes. So it doesn't feel like he's on a limit. They're against a good matchup in Dallas. And a lot of New Orleans games have like massive blowout risk, but I don't think they're going to get blown up by Dallas. Zion's going to get whatever he wants against this team. He's very reasonable price at 8.5k. He's only 7% owned. Like, if there's ever a spot to click Zion, it's here. And then I also have interest in Trey Murphy. And Derek Queen is massive chalk, and I agree with it. We saw him play 30 minutes last game, a good point per minute. He has power forward eligibility as well. I'm very interested in Derek Queen. And I also like Jeremiah Fears. So I have a lot of interest in this New Orleans team. They're kind of priced down because they get blown out every game, but I don't think they'll get blown out this game. Yeah. But no real interest in like Herb Jones or Sadiq Bey. With the coaching change, like they're not playing Herb that much anymore, so yeah, it's mainly Zion, Murphy, Queen, Fears for me. And then Dallas side, I don't think Dallas has been in that many blowouts actually. But like in a competitive game, I don't know why we only saw 33 from PJ this game. It's weird. There's no flag that game either. 37 for Christie? Wow. I mean, in a competitive game, you'll probably see Flag and PJ play pretty big minutes. I have interest in both of them. And I also have some interest in Daniel Gafford if he's going to keep playing like high 20s to 30. We saw 25, but he was in foul trouble, I think. And if it wasn't foul trouble, then that is just sad. Oh, he came off the bench for Lively. But he did close. Lively in? Yeah, Lively was in. Yeah, it's Lively in. I don't know if I can get to Gafford actually. And then D'Lo is a late addition with an illness. I mean, that just makes the minutes very secure for Brandon Williams. And if we're going to get Brandon Williams for 30 plus minutes, I definitely have interest there in tournaments, even at 5.6k. So in Dallas, it's mainly Brandon Williams, and then a little bit of interest in Flag and PJ for me. Minnesota. The spread on this game is tight, but I think Minnesota is better than Phoenix. But should this game stay competitive? I mean, the stars look good. Edwards, Randall. Randall's been a lot better than Ant as of late. But both are getting similar ownership at around 10%. I kind of suspect that Ant could be lower owned just because of how bad he's been, but he kind of has that name value, so maybe people will click him anyway. I don't know. Naz Reid has been incredible. 5.9k. He's actually projecting for no ownership, like 5%. I suspect he'll come in over 10%, but I would like him at 5%. Just worried about him getting steamed. Like, I'd rather just play Gobert at the same price if Naz Reid is going to be twice the ownership. So, yeah, I have interest in the top guys in Edwards, Randall, Gobert. And then McDaniels could miss, but it doesn't really matter. Dante's like fine as well. I guess Conley would be in play if McDaniels misses because value sucks, and he played 27 last game as a starter in place of McDaniels. Phoenix side, you're gonna get starters of Booker, Brooks, Gillespie, O'Neal, and Dunn. And then you're gonna get big minutes for Colin Gillespie off the bench. Gillespie's overowned to me. He's projecting for around 20%. He's a good point per minute guy, but like 5.8k and he's playing high 20s, low 30s. Like the price is catching up to like where it should be. And then Brooks is too expensive. Like I'm a guy that loves Dylan Brooks, but 6.6k, man, I don't know. Like if he does play 36 minutes, like sure, but I don't think you project him for that. And then there's definitely like Mark Williams can surely have the ceiling, and he's not gonna like get played off the floor when Minnesota has Gobert out there a lot of the time. So kind of like Mark Williams, although he hasn't had like huge game. Yeah, and then Devin Booker is always fine. Why did he only play 29 minutes? Was it a blowout or something? I don't know. Let's just check. Yeah. Oh, we didn't play the fourth at all. Wow. Booker. I mean, Booker's 12%. I mean, I'd rather just play Josh Giddey. Last game, Denver at Houston. It's not the greatest spot, but the upside's the game's going to stay competitive, so Jokic is going to be pushed into play the fourth quarter. And Jokic projects for no ownership. 3%. Like, I'm relatively interested in just, like, building a lineup with a ton of disgusting value and just buying Jokic. Because if he's going to be at 3%, like, I know it's Houston, but Jokic still has that massive ceiling. Like, Jokic could give you 100. So, like, you could build something like, I don't know, Shed, Fontecchio, a bunch of mid-range, and Jokic. I'm, like, totally fine with that. And then, especially if Washington opens up, right? You can just jam, like, Gil, Vucevic, Jokic. Like, I would have no issue with that. And then, yeah, I'm not really getting to the rest of this team, though. Jamal Murray's priced right for this matchup, I feel like. I mean, actually, Aaron Gordon, maybe a little bit of interest in. 4.5% owned. Thing is, like, I think Cam Johnson playing kind of caps the minute ceiling for Gordon a bit. Like, we saw this 36-minute game, but that was with Cam Johnson out. So, yeah, I'm just a little concerned that, like, Gordon will play low 30s, and then it's a little hard to get to for me at 6'5". Yeah. The price is not fun on Jokic. The matchup is not fun either. The one thing about Denver, when they're playing a very competitive game, is they'll just fucking ride Jokic. And you could see Jokic push for 40 minutes in this spot. However, it's Houston. They will try to take Jokic out of the game. So, it's a thing to be careful of. But, you'll get Jokic doing everything. So, yeah. I have interest in Jokic for tournaments. And that's about it on Denver. On Houston side, it's kind of the same thing, but with Şengün. Like, Houston's going to ride Şengün. And it's going to be a competitive game. We saw Şengün. This was double overtime, right? But last time, like, we see them play a contender. Like, they play OKC. Şengün pushes for 40 in regulation. Like, it's the same thing on this side. In a competitive game, Houston's going to ride Şengün. And we could see Şengün push for 40 minutes. He's projecting for 13%, and I'm totally fine with it. Like, I like Şengün, and I like Jokic. And then we have Jabari Smith questionable. He played last game, but he's back on the injury report. I mean, if Jabari Smith misses, you'll probably see Steven Adams start. And then you'll get like some randoms in the rotation, like Capella or something. Not really going there though. if Steven Adams starts again and he plays like these high 20 minutes, then do like Adams for value. But yeah, I'm not really going to Durant. Oh man, played 40 minutes last game, 7.9k. Some interest in Amen Thompson. That's mainly it for me. I mean, Durant's fine if you want to go there. I'm just like, 45? Let's get my OT. Wow. So men played 39 in an OT game? It's not good. But yeah, we saw Şengün push 40 in regulation here too. What the fuck? He took 31 shots? Yeah. So, yeah, it's mainly Şengün here for me. So yeah, overall, like, the value's really trash, but it's condensing on, like, some weird shit. Like, I don't know why it's condensing on Drew Smith. Fontecchio I'm more fine with. Like, Drew Smith's a really weird one. Like, there's definitely some places you can go, like Tyrese Martin. I don't know if Martin closes blowout. If he does, like, I would like him. No, he doesn't. What, you got Demon close blowout? That surely can't be normal. Demon closes blowout every time? Really? I mean, maybe I like Demon, if that's the case. We didn't close it here, though. I mean, I guess it just depends on who, like, gets the closing shift. Like, Demon and Tyrese Martin minutes are probably correlated, so I wouldn't play them together, but I do like both Tyrese Martin and Igor Demon as contrarian values. And then Sam Hauser, a little bit of interest in, but mainly just a dart throw. And then Cam Whitmore. Even Josh Okogie if Jabari Smith doesn't play. And then Vukcevic is still in play if Sar's in, because he'll play backup center, but it's not like a fun play. And then McConnell, but like, you're just hoping is a massive game and not that many minutes. Like, you would kind of have hoped to see the minutes limit tick up. It's just not doing that though. Yeah. And then I think Lonzo's fine too. In like the upper tier of like 4 to 5k, like Koulibaly, Dosumu if the Bulls miss. I think Davion's fine, but he's getting ownership. Queen is massive chalk, and I don't disagree. And I think Brandon Williams is interesting. So like, there's a lot, and CJ as well. So there's a lot of ownership condensing on like these random value plays. Well, there's like very similar plays that are just not getting owned at all. And it doesn't really make much sense to me. Like, you just randomly have Gillespie 2x the ownership of CJ? I mean, they're like the same exact play. But I guess the spread is tighter in the spread is tighter in the Phoenix game. But like, I don't know, they're like the same play. And then you're getting like unknown Buzelis for some reason. I mean, he feels like the same play as a lot of the guys in this range. Like, I don't think Keyshawn George is that much better than Buzelis as a play. And like, Keyshawn George is like 30 times the ownership of Buzelis. And then you're getting like 10 times Naz Reid as Buzelis as well. And then like, I don't know. It's a little odd. And you're getting a lot of love to like this range of guards, like Quickly, Pritchard, Hawkes, Barrett. They're all massive chalk. Why is Cooper Flag not getting any ownership in a game that should be competitive? Where he should push for like high 30s minutes. Like we saw 37 here. I don't know. Why is Trey Murphy not getting more ownership? Been like blowouts a billion games in a row. And we see in a competitive game, like Trey Murphy will play high 30s minutes. Trey Murphy's just not getting as much ownership as these guys. Like I would probably rather click Murphy than Ingram. Like, why is Norman Powell not getting any ownership? Oh, he actually is. What? I mean, I don't expect him to come in at 15, though. Like, no one ever wants to click Norman Powell. But it's very interesting, like, what ownership is condensing on. I can't go to BAM. Because, like, I don't know. The field is just clicking these random dudes. While there's, like, the exact same play at the exact same price, getting, like, a third of the ownership in several spots. So I think there's definitely a lot of pivots you can go to on the slate. Yeah, so my main approach is probably like, I mean, we have massive shock Derek Queen. I'm just gonna eat it. Same with Pirtle. Like, they look good to me. Jaime is the one like I'm fine getting a little bit away from. Like, he looks good, but and like he still has to do a lot. Like, it's not like a very forgiving price. It's still 7K. And like I said, there's relatively similar plays in that range, like Trey Murphy, Cooper Flag, PJ Washington. Like, I don't think Hawkes is like that clearly the guy. He's projecting for like 40%. And then like Fontecchio, Drew Smith. Like, Fontecchio just has to run hot. Like, he'll get like 18 minutes. Like, you can get the shift where you just like can't make a shot, and then like you just have an epic fail Fontecchio. Where like there's the same exact thing. It's like Cam Whitmore. Like, that's the same thing as Fontecchio. Like, they're gonna not play a lot, and if they run hot, they'll score a lot. Like, that's the exact same profile. But Fontecchio is like 30 times the ownership of Whitmore, which doesn't make any sense. And to some extent, that's the same thing as Mamukashvili as well. But like, Mamukashvili isn't getting the minutes because Pirtle's ticking up, and like positionality's bad. So I get that one. And then Drew Smith, just like he only got extended because Davion. So like, yeah, like, just click Whitmore, man. I think Whitmore's an incredible play. Just to leverage this range where everyone's gonna click the Heat guys. And then massive chalk Pele. It's not terrible because like he has a solid floor. Like, Pele's not a guy that's gonna kill you if you play him. He's not gonna like go for 0 or something. Like, he'll generally give you like 20. It's just like, he's not a guy that's gonna win you anything. But like, if none of the other values pop, then you're fine having Pele. So like, you don't like cross off Pele because he just has that safe floor, and like, if you're getting different around Pele, like, it's fine to eat in. So yeah, Pele's like, man, he's like more fine to me. He doesn't have like as clear a path to failing like Fontecchio and Drew Smith do, I guess. And massive chalk Keyshawn, I'm more so fine with that too. Like, Honestly, it might be under on a 20. That price is so unbelievable. I don't know why the price on Keyshawn George is like dropping and dropping. It just doesn't make any sense. But it's like the other Raptors guys. Oh, you know what? It's more on Pele versus like I did mention it earlier, like Okoro. Like Okoro's like definitely more volatile. Like the floor is definitely lower, but and the ceiling's lower. But like you could get the Okoro game. I don't know. It's really disgusting. But like Demon, like the ceiling on Demon is higher than the ceiling on Pele in my opinion. Like what if you see the game where Demon actually just plays 30 minutes? Like he put up 32 here. He has a big first half a lot of the time, and then he just like gets trolled in the second half. And like you can get the shift where Lonzo runs hot. You can get like a hot Simon shooting game. You can get Chris Middleton turning back the clock. Like this range is still interesting. It's not like you have to play Pele right there. Yeah, anyway. I'm more so like fine getting away from the Toronto guys as well if they're all gonna be massive chalk. Like you can get the game where like all the production is spread out and no one's optimal except for Pirtle. And it's like I'll just eat Pirtle and not play the other spend ups because they're like their price is getting there. Like Quickly is pushing 7K on a team with 4 stars. Like I don't get it. And then like I don't agree with Gillespie either. He's totally fine. But like there's McCollum, that's the exact same thing. Right there. Same exact play. Getting way less ownership. So and then there's Brandon Williams, who is probably like the better play. Straight up, if D'Angelo Russell sits. And then I mean Michael Porter Jr. getting ownership at this price, this matchup, this spread. I don't know. Yeah. So like I think this is a fun slate to like not eat the chalk. Like pick your pivots because there's so many pivots and the chalk is really weird. So I mean now that I said that all the chalk is just gonna absolute piss smash, like just get ready for the Miami bench to piss nuke it. Jaime Fontecchio, Drew Smith, just get ready for absolute 100% shooting because I said that, but yeah. Pick your spots. There's tons of viable pivots. The chalk is way too confident in random dudes. So yeah. That's my take. Oh yeah, and the top 3 spend ups are clearly my favorites. Jokic, and Giddey. They're just far, far above anyone else for me. Oh, and Zion. If Zion, like, if you see him push for, like, the 32 minutes, his second game back, like, just look at Zion's point per minute, by the way. It's insane. Can this load, bro? Hello? What? Is this site down? Or what? I know someone said the rotations were down, but is the whole site down? Okay, well, point is, like, last season, 25, 7, and 5. Or, what, am I stupid? 25, 7, and 5 in 29 minutes. Like, that is... Oh, it's actually up. Yeah, like 1.52. And that's with, like, some other dudes on the floor. Like, what do you take off DeJounte and Ingram and CJ? Because, like, they don't play on this team anymore. God, it's gonna take forever, isn't it? Oh, it's still 1.5. Okay. Like, I think it's a little lower for this year, but the sample is really small. It's 1.3 for this year. Nope. Yep. What? Okay, well. Shit is laggy as fuck. But, yeah, 1.3 on this year, but it's a small sample. Point is, like, Zion was 1.5 all season. So, like, if you get him to push these low 30s that they've actually been giving him this season, like, that's 48 projection at 8.5K. So, like, yeah. So it's mainly Jokic, Şengün, Giddey, Zion for me. I'm totally fine going to Zion in the mid-range over the Toronto chalk. So, yeah. Jokic, Şengün, Giddey, Zion. Pick your spots at the value. You can totally get off the chalk. Buy the interesting mid-range. Also, like, you can get off the chalk there as well. So, like, yeah. I'd rather eat the popular spend-ups and fade the weird mid-range chalk that random people want to click in favor of the less popular clicks that are almost the exact same. So yeah, good luck, and yeah, see you next time.